Aren't food and anime the perfect match? We're going to go on a mouth-watering tour of the top cookery anime series that can convert even the most ardent dieter into a foodie. These programs will touch your heart whether you're an experienced foodie who knows your tamagoyaki from your tamari or a culinary novice whose expertise doesn't go much beyond quick ramen. Number 10. True Cooking Master Boy. After passing the Guangzhou Special Chef Trials, Mao decided to travel around China to learn more about the unique preparation of food. Upon his return, he will learn that the real battle has only just begun. The underground cooking society has already begun to move. The youthful, gifted Mao is followed in this anime as he strives to become a super chef in 19th century China. Each episode includes a delectable sample of Chinese food, culinary competition, and traditional cooking techniques. See the original 1997 anime if you like older animation. Number 9. Ristorante Paradiso. This animation transports you to Rome's cobblestone alleys and inside the lovely Casetta dell'Orso, a restaurant run by bespectacled guys. Each episode explores the depth and simplicity of Italian food while revealing the romantic and occasionally depressing narratives of its workers. When Nicoletta was a little child, her mother, Olga, left her behind and fled to Rome to be married again. She now goes to Rome as a young lady, 15 years later, with the goal of destroying her mother's life. Nicoletta follows Olga to a restaurant named Casetta dell'Orso, but as soon as she enters, everything changes. She feels powerless in the face of their knowledgeable grins and comforting voices because the whole crew consists of elderly guys wearing spectacles. Number 8. Today's Menu for the Emiya Family. The anime film Today's Menu for the Emiya Family is a must-see for any fan of food and anime. It takes place in a parallel dimension where the fierce combat of the Fate series are replaced with fights using pots and pans. While you watch Shuru Emiya utilize his magical abilities to prepare delectable meals, each episode is like a warm bowl of comfort. Now that the Holy Grail War is no longer a danger, Fuyuki City's residents may finally experience tranquility. Shuru has taken it upon himself to prepare meals for his family and introduce Saber to the marvels of contemporary cuisine now that all of the masters and servants have gotten used to their new banal existence. He goes shopping every day to explore what kinds of dishes he can prepare using unusual materials on a tight budget. There is never a dull time at supper with the Emiya family, but his famed abilities frequently draw unexpected guests from all across the city. Number 7. Silver Spoon. It may not seem like an exciting culinary anime would take place in an agricultural school, but Silver Spoon defies expectations with its unique blend of levity, character growth, and reverence for the food we consume. It's similar to an agricultural crash course, but with more humor and less manure. Yugo Hachikin is a diligent student who has grown weary of attempting to live up to standards he just cannot achieve. He makes the decision to enroll in Uzo Agricultural High School, a boarding school in the Hokkaido countryside, with the start of a new academic year in order to escape the pressure his parents put on him. Hachikin is initially certain that he would succeed at this institution, but his smart classmates, people who have spent their whole lives on farms and are extremely knowledgeable about food, crops, and even the physiology of cattle, swiftly disprove him. Hachikin is a complete novice when it comes to the hard agricultural life, whether it is getting up at 5 in the morning for laborious work or to tend to farm animals. Number 6. Restaurant to Another World. This anime is about a restaurant that opens to other dimensions, as the title would imply. It is somehow wonderful to witness a dragon lady or a warrior with a lion's head enjoying our cuisine. It's a fanciful dream with a magical spin on the joy of cooking. On a street corner in a Tokyo commercial area, there is a well-known restaurant called Western Restaurant Nekoya. This eatery, which serves both Western and traditional Japanese cuisine, is well liked by Tokyo locals. But this fairly unremarkable establishment is actually well liked by a different kind of clientele. Customers at this eatery range from magicians and fairies to dragons and elves. But the mysterious chef known only as Master will be there to serve out their preferred meals with a kind grin and keep them returning for several further Saturdays. Number 5. Kofuku Graffiti. This show, which follows the lives of high school student Ryu Michiko, weaves friendship, development, and the importance of a satisfying meal together. The relationship that develops over shared meals is highlighted, raising the interaction to nearly supernatural dimensions. Ryu has exceptional culinary abilities for a middle schooler, but lately, even though her food smells well and looks good, it hasn't been particularly tasty. Just as the dejected art student accepts that she might have to live alone the rest of her life, her aunt informs her that Kirin Morino, Ryu's second cousin, will start spending the weekends with them since the younger girl has enrolled in a Tokyo cram school and hopes to attend the same school as Ryu. Unexpectedly, Ryu discovers that her cooking has much improved since her cousin arrived. Clearly, it is not her skill in the kitchen, but rather the sharing of the experience with people who are close to her that seems to make the taste shine. Number 4. Yakutate, Japan. This comedic series, which finds the perfect balance between absurdity and deliciousness, centers on Kazuma Azuma's attempt to create the national bread of Japan. It includes bread that can truly bring the dead back to life as well as bread that causes you to see unicorns. Japan just does not have a bread that can compare in terms of reputation, but nations like France, England, and Germany all have their own internationally renowned bread. Kazuma Azuma sets out on a mission to make Japan's own special national bread after learning about the glories of bread making at an early age. Azuma is able to advance his baking inventions even further because to the exceptionally warm hands that enable dough to ferment more quickly. Azuma works to produce brand new, unmatched bread that will spark a baking revolution with his new allies and foes. Number 3. Sweetness and Lightning. This moving animation demonstrates how cooking can bring people together. Watch how Kohei Inuzuka, a widower father, and his little daughter Tsumugi negotiate the pleasures and difficulties of cooking, transforming basic materials into sweet memories. Kohei Inuzuka has done his best to provide for his baby daughter Tsumugi since the passing of his wife. He must, however, rely on ready-made meals from convenience stores to feed the little child due to his lack of culinary expertise and his hectic teaching schedule. Kohei accepts Katori Ida's invitation to join her family for supper at their restaurant after becoming frustrated at his own inability to prepare a healthy meal for his kid. On their first visit, however, the father and daughter learn that Katori frequently eats alone and that the restaurant is frequently closed since Katori's mother is out of town for business. Kohei chooses to go to the restaurant with Tsumugi to make and serve delectable home-cooked meals with Katori after much pleading from his student. Number 2. Toriko. This anime combines the battling energy of Dragon Ball with scrumptious cuisine descriptions that could compete with any Food Network program. You'll find yourself salivating over meals crafted from the most bizarre monsters as Gourmet Hunter. Toriko explores perilous terrain in search of fresh ingredients. In a world where people are only looking for the best spring rolls and phoenixes, the best dishes to satisfy their gourmets, there exists a profession called Bashoku Ya, tasty sorghum hunter, and in there are countless Bashoku Yas. There is a hunter named Toriko who has more strength and eating power than humans, and the goal of any food hunter is a lavish menu with exotic delicacies that make many jealous. Then one day Toriko happened to meet a chef named Komatsu, and together with Komatsu, their journey began. Number 1. Food Wars, Shokugeki no Soma. The Totsuki Culinary School is the most prominent and crazy cooking school in the world. Young chef Soma Yukihira finds himself in this competitive environment, roiling with the most formidable rivals and extraordinary culinary challenges you can think of. Soma's inventive culinary creations are like a 5-course banquet for the eyes to enjoy. Soma Yukihira desires to one day surpass his father's expertise and take over the restaurant, but he is surprised to find that Juichiro is closing the store to accept a job in New York. Rather than following in his father's footsteps, Soma enrolls at the elite Totsuki Culinary School, where only 10% of students graduate. The school is well known for its shokugeki, which are intensive culinary competitions amongst students that are frequently used to resolve conflicts and arguments. Juichiro advises Soma that he must outperform him in order to survive the following 3 years at Totsuki and graduate. Top 10 cooking anime that will satisfy your heart and your taste buds. What do you think about this anime list? Please leave a comment below the video. Goodbye and see you again.